Welcome back to this week's episode of Real Reactions. I'm one of your hosts, Nikki McGovern, and get ready to get your knives out. Today we are covering the new Whodunit movie that has very famous actors such as Daniel Craig, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Chris Evans starring in it. The movie follows crime novelist who was murdered in his own home, which leads detectives to believe that one of his family members did it. Let's see if audience are satisfied with this new mystery movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to request that you all stay until the investigation is completed.
What? Can we ask why? Has something changed?
No.
No, it hasn't changed, or no, we can't ask.
I'm gonna live till I die.
You think one of his family
Walls.
killed? Is that what you're suggesting?
Then a cry. I'm gonna take the
You all love twisting the knife into one another.
Oh, very nice.
Matter of fact, how's that?
Smug smile.
Definitely eat.
So, Alessandra, what did you think of Knives Out?
I thought it was really good. I thought the ending was shocking, at least for me. I know other people had other opinions, but I was personally shocked and I didn't expect it.
I thought it was really good. It was really entertaining and funny.
I really enjoyed it. Thought the whole thing was just really well made and really fun.
I really liked it. It was really fun, and I saw it with my dad, who laughs out loud at all the jokes, so it was probably the best part.
That's so fun.
I loved it. It was such a good movie.
Were you shocked by the ending?
Yeah, I was actually really shocked because I thought this time you were just kind of trying to find out how they were going to cover up what was going to happen. So I thought the ending was really interesting that they still turned it around and made it like a classic plot twist for a mystery novel type story.
Kind of, because it does change the perspective and the tones a few times. So it was like, okay, I thought it was going to be very much the one thing, and then the reveal sequences was a real highlight of the whole thing. Just watching it, all the pieces coming together, and every callback was like, oh, I really should have picked up on that.
The whole entire movie, I was kind of being convinced out. I wasn't being convinced that there was a murder. So then at the end, when the twist happens, I was very surprised.
Yes and no. Since they reveal so early on that there's what happens, I was expecting some kind of twist, but not that one.
Did you have any theories of who the murderer was?
No, I genuinely thought the whole time that it was a mix-up and the plot was going to revolve more around what was happening to Marta rather than somebody actually committing a murder or there being foul play.
Okay, so you were really shocked then by the ending.
Oh, I was really shocked. I really did. I just had faith that she made a mistake.
I was just coasting through. I mean, I didn't really know who it could be because the whole family was really suspicious and they all had their reasons to get back at the dad. So I kind of was just watching it to try and see what the plot twist would be.
Looking back on it, it should have been oh wait, that person did that, but in the moment it was kind of more caught up in the film.
Like I said, I kind of was oh, there probably is no murder, and that's the whole twist, so I wasn't totally blindsided.
So this cast is pretty stacked. What would you have to say about the acting?
Well, for one, I have to say that Jamie Lee Curtis, as always, killed it. I was dying at the end when there was this, I don't want to ruin it, but there's this big fight, and basically she just stands up and starts yelling, and I buy it every time. I gotta love Jamie Lee. So honestly, I thought the acting was really good. Justice for Marta, I feel like she's not being talked about enough. Her acting was very good. I also kind of liked Marta's mom, because you really believed that the poor woman was she was about to get trapped in some kind of mess. She didn't know what was happening. Lawyers were outside. She was like, are we okay? I have some soup on the stove. Poor woman was just trying to get by. So I thought the acting was really good. I would definitely see it again. Now I want to pay more attention since I didn't think that there was some kind of murderer thing going on. I mean, I probably should have expected that, but it just all seems so real.
I thought the acting was actually really good, especially for a movie of this caliber. It was really funny and entertaining, and I thought it was interesting to see Chris Evans in a role that he really hasn't played in the public eye.
Up your
everyone knows him as Captain America. And so I thought it was interesting to see him as kind of a jerk.
Definitely eat.
I thought that kind of flip-flopped his roles. I thought the woman who played Marta was really good. I thought her acting kind of surprised me because I thought it was really good. And I thought just for kind of a funny mystery type story, I didn't think they were going to go that real. So I thought that was really good. And it was funny also to see Daniel Craig with the Southern accent, since he's usually, I associate him with James Bond.
I do too.
Really, really strong across the board. Standouts personally were Ana de Armas. She was a really good core for the movie. Chris Evans is the exact opposite type of character. He's been playing as Captain America and stole a lot of it. And then Daniel Craig's Southern accent is a beautiful thing, just like it was in Logan Lucky. So that was a joy.
Acting was super strong. I really liked it. Toni Collette's like one of my favorite actresses, so I love her. And then the person who played Marta, I also really liked.
So obviously Daniel Craig, we're so used to seeing him in like the James Bond, well, at least I am, the James Bond role, and that's like also a detective, but James Bond's like so put together and proper and like British accent, and here he's like kind of all over the place, and it was hilarious, and he did such a good job. Also Chris Evans, like we're so used to seeing him in the like Captain America role, and it's like it just proves that he is a good actor, like he's not just Captain America. And also Ana de Armas, what was it? Yeah, she was very good. She totally natural, and she was amazing.
And who was your favorite character of the movie?
Weirdly enough, I kind of liked Walt because he was just there and like coming out of crevices at random points, and he really was sort of irrelevant, but at the same time, like at the end when he shows up to Marta's apartment, I was like, Walt, you did Marta dirty. I had faith in him, and then he kind of ruined that, but then he was still like in crevices at the end, like coming out with his little cane, and I just kind of liked his like awkward, weird energy. I thought he was someone that needed to be in this film.
I think my favorite character was Marta. I thought she was like a down-to-earth character that kind of was more normal than the rest of them. And so I think just all of the other ones had serious flaws, but I thought she kind of grounded the movie.
Benoit Blanc, he was a Hercule Poirot, but American, and it really was funny, and he just has a whole air of his donut monologues were the highlight.
I would say Marta. She was just the one that he could relate to the most, like looking out on everybody else in the family.
The great grandma, she was hilarious, and like she basically solved the murder.
And what is your favorite type of donut?
Ooh, gotta go with strawberry frosted.
A chocolate bar.
Chocolate bar?
Yeah, like like the bar, like the long ones.
Yes. Oh my gosh, fantastic. I love that. I didn't know they were called that.
Strawberry.
Okay, amazing. That's a second one for strawberry. All right.
I would say strawberry with sprinkles.
Okay, third for strawberry with a little additive. We love that.
Chocolate, but I really want to try like donut holes that are actually donuts now.
I'm gonna live.
It's a twisted web. We are not finished untangling it, not yet.
What is this? CSI KFC?
Whoa, this movie had a killer twist, and from what I've heard, it seems like Captain America would not approve of Chris Evans' behavior in this film. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Real Reactions, and although our reactions may be a little ridiculous and a little racy, they're always real. And although all reactions, no, that's not right. There's something else afterwards. What would you think? Well, no, read back, rewind. Okay. Did you? No. Were you? No, that's not how I want to phrase that. And what would you think? No, that's not how I want to say that. Sorry. And did you? No. So did you? No. Back up.